Hello everyone, and welcome to another segment of Doors Update News, the only place where you can find a dude explain what new features are coming to Doors in an unnecessary amount of detail. Today, we got some pretty cool things that we need to discuss, and that is the introduction of two brand new entities that are coming to the game soon. Essentially, as you all probably know, it was confirmed by the developers that multiple smaller content updates will be coming to Floor 2 in the near future. And with this announcement, several other pieces of information were also revealed, including what I believe is a hint towards new characters coming to the game. So with all of that being said, let's begin. Alright, so as you all probably know, entities are one of the core features within Doors, as they serve as the main obstacles players must overcome in the gameplay. However, with the release of the Mines, I couldn't be the only one who noticed the lack of new entities. I mean, I know a lot of pre-existing entities were altered to become much harder in Floor 2, but we only saw around 4 completely new faces. However, did you know that there's actually supposed to be 2 more entities that were meant to debut in the Mines? They were ultimately scrapped, but I believe that they will make a return soon. You see, recently the developers confirmed that a bunch of scrapped content from the Mines' initial release will be slowly reintroduced back into the game, likely through the small content updates which will be coming soon. And given how entities are such a major part of the overall gameplay, I wouldn't doubt that they would be included in the wave of scrapped content that is planned to be reintroduced into the game. So now that we know it's likely that these 2 entities will make a comeback based on the developer's message, what exactly are they? Well, the first is actually the 16th President of the United States, believe it or not. Okay, not really, but both this president and the entity share the same name, oddly enough. This is Abraham Lincoln, at least that's what its placeholder name is. Back when this entity was first leaked, we had only received the meshes in its model, meaning the version you are seeing on the screen is unfinished as it lacks colors and textures. However, we can still get a good sense of what this entity looks like based on this model. Abraham Lincoln appears to be a tall, lanky humanoid with sharp claws and is covered in holes. Some even reveal the bones of the creature. Much like the real Abraham Lincoln, this entity also wears a top hat, although I doubt this accessory would actually appear in-game, as it doesn't really fit with the terrifying nature of the creature. Now, as for the functionality of Abraham Lincoln, I'm not entirely sure. At first I thought they could have been a boss, given how it resembles Figure in a way. However, I doubt this, as no new bosses can fit into the Mines currently. So, this will likely be a normal entity players can encounter similar to Rush or Screech. Additionally, given how it appears Lincoln has multiple eye sockets, the mechanic could be related to their eyes. For example, maybe you have to avoid being spotted by them, or they will stalk you out before attacking like an ambush predator. There really isn't enough evidence currently to predict how this entity will function, but it is fun to speculate. Moving on, the second scrapped entity which may return in a future update is Wade. This creature definitely looks odd, taking the resemblance of a hybrid between a slug and an alligator. It is similar kind of to the Gloombats, who are also hybrid animals, albeit they are hybrids of bats and moths. Now, something really interesting about Wade is that their name actually reveals some of their functionality. To wade is to walk through a liquid such as water, and given how one of the creatures that make up Wade is amphibious, it's pretty safe to say that the entity will likely spawn in aqueous environments, such as the flooded rooms in the Mines. There is also a feature of Wade that could hint at their functionality as well, and that is the entity's eyes. If you notice, the slug-like eyes on the entity extend well above their head, and given how Wade is believed to live in water, I think I may have figured out how they work. Essentially, when they first spawn in, I think Wade's eyes will only be visible, as they will poke out of the water. Getting near them would cause the entity to jump out and attack you, kind of like an ambush predator. This is just speculation though, but I do feel like it is a possible mechanic for the creature to have. Anyways, that was essentially all the news I wanted to cover in this video. I'm super excited for both of these entities to make their debut in a future update. So with all of that being said, let me know in the comments what your theories are on these new creatures, and thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoy.